Hey folks, my name is Jazz Broughton. I am the community manager here at Mixpanel. We are the number one solution for product analytics, and we're really passionate about helping folks build better products through data. So I run the community. A little bit of background: the Mixpanel community has been in existence since 2018. I took over last year's summer, but I've always been involved since joining Mixpanel 3.5 years ago. The first question I want to dive into is about Mixpanel's customer community and what it's about and the role it plays for the company. So, our community is really about empowering users and building their confidence around building the product and using the product to build their products ultimately. So, we do definitely have a very educational slant in terms of the things that we do. My background is as a CSM, so that was a strength that I brought into the role as a community manager, but also creating opportunities for users to connect with one another is a huge, huge, huge priority. The role it plays for the company is very much enabling our entire user base, including those that don't necessarily have access to account teams. So the way that our customer success, our professional services model works, if you're if your contract is above a certain value, you'll have access to a customer success manager. You'll have access to our support team. You'll have access to chat. You'll have access to solutions architects, implementation consultants. But we know that not everybody has that or actually needs that. And community then becomes that solution for getting answers to your questions, exploring new use cases. There's a lot of people in our community that are there to lurk, quote unquote, and they share that with me and I celebrate it because it is that space to actually scroll through the channels or the content and engage and go, actually, I never thought of doing that myself. And that may not necessarily mean that you're replying or even sharing an emoji or sharing something yourself, but you're in there and you're in the room to get value from it, right? The second question that you have posted, and I don't know whether I should split these, let's see how it goes. What community initiatives have worked well and how do you measure impact? So, even the fact that our community is on Slack was an initiative that worked well. It was an experiment that we launched in February 2022, and it went so well in terms of really understanding and helping users to connect with themselves, getting prompter responses, being able to have async conversations, which we couldn't previously do on our previous platform. Now, our previous platform was great for holding information. Having those archives, those FAQs were absolutely invaluable, but we realized that in many ways those should live within our help center. And we really wanted to prioritize that connection, those conversations, because everything else, for all intents and purposes, could be done independently. You can go to our YouTube channel and you can learn things independently. You can search our help pages, you can read our blogs, right? We wanted this to be a space that prioritized folks connecting and supporting one another. So I'd say Slack has been an initiative that's worked really well. The other initiative that's worked really well, and that was there before I stepped into community, so I kind of brought it in from being a CSM, were the Q&A calls. So really breaking the mold by having a webinar that isn't us sharing slides or talking at somebody. It is us talking for about 5 to 10 minutes to make sure everyone's on the same page, and then committing to answering as many questions as possible in our time together. Now, that's something that started off at an hour, and we all know, and I think this is about a space where community is giving people what they need. People have one specific question. And I think over time, including in the pandemic, we got used to giving people a bunch of information and then tucked in there, or lo and behold, if they wait until the end, they get the answer to their specific question. We lose nothing by just going straight to answering the specific question. Because if we want to walk you through, we've got a report called the Insights Report. If we want to walk you through the one-on-one on that, let's create that in a self-serve way so that when we are spending time together in community, we're really leveraging that time. So that initiative is continuing. We decided to make it weekly so that we could really touch more regions. My role is global. I am the only person that runs community here at Mixpanel. So it's really, really important that all of our customers are kind of feeling the same level of value and experience. And then going on to how do you measure impact? So we do questionnaires. So we do a survey twice a year, asking people how we can improve, what they want to learn next. We're also asking questions like, what do you want to learn next, quite regularly. I am using Threado to send out feedback requests, and very light feedback, right? It is not take 5 minutes to answer 16 questions at the 30, 60, and 90-day point. I will do another video on measuring impact, but I'll stop this one here because we are running low on